You can come, you can sit anywhere, Miss Gita. Right. Everyone, please say it 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Right. Good evening to everyone. Today too, I think certain meditators are still late. So I wish everyone, all the meditators, a very good evening. And I wish that may you develop further in your spiritual practice too. Yeah. So now Vipassana is proceeding. Vipassana meditators, the old students, they only have 1.5 months, right? 1.5 months to practice. Even not 1.5 months, I think. Another so 2 weeks, 2 Fridays are remaining in this month. Yeah. So including this one. So and then you only have 4 more Fridays to practice Vipassana. Starting from November, we are going to practice loving kindness meditation. So all the students, please practice diligently. So making, giving you everything. So that is the most important thing. So if you don't give your everything, then you are not going to get the maximum result out of the practice. So dedicate, work hard, and then try to change yourself. So with right understanding. So Vipassana meditators were asked to observe the sensations from bottom to top, right? I asked them to observe the sensations on your tip of the toes, on starting from the left leg, and then after that lower feet, upper feet, and then after that wrinkle, then after that lower leg area, knee area, then after that thigh area, then buttock, left buttock. And you will do the same with your right leg. And then after that, you were instructed to observe the back, bottom to top. So you move from down to upward. Then I asked you to partition the back area into 3 parts and then observe the sensations on each part, right? Part by part, pitch by pitch. Whatever the sensations that you encounter, you understand they are impermanent change, right? There is no any eternal sensation which ever lasts. So then our body is changing. We have realized that our body is changing, our mind is changing. Everything is impermanent. And then we have to understand there is no any eternal being that you can call so as I. So we are changing from moment to moment, right? We have to realize that. And then after that, the whole front area, I mean the middle part, the stomach area, up to the neck area. So so you have to start with the stomach area, sensations that arise on your stomach area, and then move forward, move upward, and observe the sensations on your chest area. And then sensations on your neck area. Then after that, start observing I ask all students to start observing the sensations on your fingertips of your left hand. So fingertips of your left hand, then fingers, then upper palm, lower palm, wrist, and then after that, so forearm, then elbow, then upper arm, then after that, your left shoulder. And then again, you will do the same process. You will follow the same process with your right hand. And then you will observe the back side of your head, right? From neck area, you will observe the sensations on your back side of your head, including both the ears. Then after that, you were instructed to observe the sensations on your, so starting from your chin, right? So chin, then after that lower lip, then after that upper lip, nose, left cheek, right cheek, then after that both eyes, forehead area, so then front head area up to the top of your head. Part by part, pitch by pitch, you will observe the sensations very calmly. Giving your entire patience, developing patience to the utmost level that you can, right? And then you will observe the sensations and realize each and every sensation is impermanent, changing. The new meditators, so there is Mrs. Wynn who is joining for the first time, and Ms. Geeta, you are joining for the first time too. So both of you are instructed to practice breathing meditation. So basic breathing meditation, and I don't know whether there are other newcomers. So please observe the breath. So when it is coming in, be aware that the breath is coming, right? When the breath is going out, be aware that the breath is going out. Don't go with the breath all the way in. Stop your observation at the end of your nostrils. At the end of your nostrils. So if it is long, be aware right now the breath is long. If it is short, please be aware right now the breath is short. If it is cross, if it is soft, let it be so. Giving your entire attention, please keep on observing the breath as it is, right? Don't try to change the breath. Let it come and go naturally. Your job is just to observe, right? So please keep working hard on both those meditations. So if you are an old student, you will practice the 7th step of Vipassana meditation. If you are a new student, you will practice breathing meditation, the first step, right? So today, before we start, I would like to teach you something very important related to your life. So in our lives, we have to recognize what are the most important things and what are the things which are not very important. So we have to be wise. We have to be wise, and we have to realize what are the most important things and what are the unnecessary things. Understanding them correctly, we have to give priority always to the most important things. And for unnecessary things, we have to cut down the time. For an example, entertainment, right? So if you go too much into entertainment, you lose so many things in your life. Let me teach you the story. So at one university, the students of that class didn't come one day. They were absent. because all the students together, they secretly planned a picnic. So they went for the picnic, and when the professor came to the class, there was no students at all. All have gone for the picnic. So the student, he got angry. So he was frustrated. He went home and came on the next day. And the students, after that one day picnic, they were at the class. So he brought, along with him, he brought one glass. So one bottle. He brought one bottle. And all the students, so along with the bottle, he brought sand, he brought some pebbles and some rocks, right? So he brought all these things, and then first he filled the whole bottle up to the top level with sand. He filled the whole bottle with the sand and asked the other students, asked from his students, whether he can insert the rocks and pebbles inside it anymore. Then the student said, you might try, you may be able to try, but it's very hard. They'll remain outside. Because then the professor asked why? Because the sand has completely filled the bottle. Then professor, what he did, he so threw the sand. So he again threw the sand on the bucket that he brought the sand, and then he put rocks and pebbles inside. And then he asked the students, so when it is filled, when he asked the students whether he can put sand inside there. And students said, yes. So he took sand and so inserted sand inside. So sand went in and it filled the rest of the spots where there was so the spots where there was not where they were not covered by the rocks and the pebbles, those spots were filled with the sand. Then he turned towards the students and told, dear students, so this sand is just like the entertainment. So many unnecessary things that you follow. So so sand is just like entertainment. If you fill your life with, if you give priority, and if you fill your life, the bottle is your life. If you fill it with only sand, that means entertainment stuff, nothing will remain. So you can't insert the rocks and the pebbles. What are the rocks and the pebbles? The most important things in your life. Education, and sharing your time with the other people, so your family members and friends, and then the other important things. You won't be able to insert them when your life is filled with, when the bottle is filled with sand. Just like that, when the life is filled with many unnecessary things, you won't have enough time for the most important things. So very important. We have to give priority for the rocks and pebbles first, and then to the sand, right? Keep that in mind, and we are going to start. So please keep your back straight. So sit nicely, and then please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Now please take a deep breath. Let it go. Please take another deep breath. Let it go. Please take another deep breath and let it go. Now, everyone, please calm down. Calm down completely. First, I'm going to pay our respect, sincere respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha in brief. After that, the silent meditation will begin. Until then, please concentrate on the chanting and let yourself to calm down. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vinyacharane sampanno sugato lokamido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manusanam buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo sandittingo akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko pachatang veditammo vinyuhiti supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami chimatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yatidam chattari purisa yugani Atte purisa puggalam Ese bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dakiniyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punyakitang lokasanti Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a very patient and equanimous mind. Everyone, please start your meditation. If you are practicing Vipassana meditation, please keep doing so. If you are practicing breathing meditation, please do so. Whatever the meditation technique that you practice, may your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. Let's start loving kindness meditation. So, if your legs are hurting, you can relax your legs. But keep the eyes closed. If your legs are hurting, you can relax them. Please keep the eyes closed. Now take a deep breath. Let it go. Calm down. We are going to share our sincere loving kindness with all the beings in the world. We start with ourselves. First of all, please share your loving kindness with yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please share your loving kindness with yourself first. Now, please share your loving kindness with your parents, with your teachers, with your relatives and friends. May my dear mother, may my dear father, may my dear teachers, relatives and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please share your loving kindness with your parents, teachers, relatives and friends. Now, let's share our loving kindness with the neutral people. Neutral people means the people who are not our friends and at the same time who are not our enemies. The neutral people. May all the neutral people also be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please share your loving kindness with the neutral people. Now, let's share our loving kindness with our enemies. First of all, please forgive for their mistakes and at the same time ask forgiveness for the mistakes that you did towards him to hurt them. Now, please share your loving kindness with the enemies. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. Now, let's share our loving kindness with all the beings in the universe. Human beings, animals, visible beings, invisible beings. Let them have different characteristics, capabilities, but still your loving kindness towards all the same. So please share your loving kindness with all beings. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the universe. Bhavetu sabbe mangalam Rakantu sabbe devatam Samme buddhanubhavene Samme dhammanubhavene Samme sanghanubhavene Sada sutti bhavantu te. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now everyone, please calmly open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Take another deep breath. Let it go. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So dear Dhamma friends, so hope your meditation is going well. Make sure, as I always remind, make sure that you keep continuing your day-to-day practice. Every morning, the meditation practice that you are supposed to do. So that means if you are an old student, Vipassana meditation is included. But if you are a new student, breathing meditation. So every morning around 10-15 minutes, please practice that. Vipassana meditation, please begin with breathing meditation 5 minutes. So 10-15 minutes Vipassana, and then 2-3 minutes loving kindness. So new meditators, 10 minutes breathing meditation, right? Then after that, 5 minutes loving kindness meditation. The last one that you learn, right? So please practice like that. So this is just like, as I always mention, this is just like eating every day, right? It should be like eating every day. You eat every day. For that, you are not lazy, because it's for the body. And just in the same manner, you have your mind has to eat. If not, it'll get malnourished. So make sure that you practice every day, and make, just like you make your body strong and beautiful, try to make your mind strong, healthy, and beautiful. Okay, please practice. So I was teaching you, I started teaching you about the 10 perfections last week. And I taught you the first perfection. What is that? Can you remember?
Dana.
Oh, very nice, Mr. Huan. Dana. Dana is the first one. The ability to be generous. The ability to be generous. It is something hard to do. I taught you. So first we have to start with material things. If it is possible, if it is possible, then we should do Abhedan too. Giving blood, giving platelets, things like that. So first, material things. Whatever things that you can do, monetary donations, food donations, and like that. As much as possible, you should do. So whenever you get an opportunity, you have to be happy. Oh, I got an opportunity. You should not think, for an example, sometimes you might see a homeless person who is just like somewhat intoxicated. That person is asking. So if you like, if you can, please give. But don't think I'm giving this for this person to get intoxicated. No. So this is an opportunity for you to practice Dhamma. So you give. So it is up to that person whether to use it in the correct manner or not to use it in the correct manner. Right? When your job is done, it's done. What you want to do is you have to let go. Right? So whenever you see an animal, right? Or anything, a poor person, or a hungry person, a sick person, right? So whenever you meet such kind of people, whenever you can, please practice giving. So that is the first perfection that we have to develop within. And second perfection is called as Shila. Sila. So in Pali, we call it Sila, Buddhist language. In Sanskrit, we call it Shila. Have you ever met? Have you met anybody who has the name Sheila? Many times, right? So, so there are American Sheilas too, right? So, but spelling a little bit different. So, and there is famous book called Silas Mane, but that's not Sila. So Sheila. So in Sri Lanka, we have Silavatis, right? So somehow its meaning is morality, moral qualities. Second perfection that we need to practice is morality. That is very important. So what is this seal? What is this morality? Morality means the control, the tameness, right? Taming of your body, of your word, and of your mind. Taming of your body, of your word, and of your mind. This is seal, right? So others cannot make you. Others cannot make you a person with morality. So you have to do it yourself. Buddha says. Attanava, ancient stanza. So 2,500 plus years old stanza. Attana, this is just like a poem. Attanava katam papam, attana sankilittati. Attana akatang papam, attana visujjati. Suddhi visuddhi pacchattam, attanava visodhe. Don't worry, I'll translate. So, attanava katam papam, attana sankilittati. The wrong action that I did, right? Pap, that means wrong action. Evil action that I did impurifies that very person. And the good action that person did purified that person. So purification and impurification depend on yourself. No one can purify or impurify, right? So no any outer force can come and touch your head and say, now you are a purified person. Nobody can do that. You have to think, you have to understand, you have to practice sila all by yourself, right? So by practicing sila, so we try to develop 4 things. Number one, first thing is physical, purity. That means if it is a monk or a nun, they are supposed to practice celibacy. For lay people, so they should not commit adultery. So that is the first thing. Physical purity. And then second thing, calmness. So calmness. So calmness is a second expectation by practicing sila. whenever we go after various kinds of negativities, we don't have calmness, right? So there are so many objectives that come to our mind, sensual desires. Oh, you please do this, do that, do this, do that. Negativities in my keep on sending us notifications, right? Just like on Facebook. But it is up to you whether to click on that one or not to click. If you click, so if you are going to click on all those notifications, you are in trouble, right? So you have to understand. So to tame yourself, so if you only tamed yourself, right? If you have calm, so if you practice morality, then you are not going to do the wrong things, right? So sometimes when we are frustrated, when we are angry at the other people, we will receive notification. Kill that person, or harm that person, hit that person, or do this, do that to hurt. But if you don't open that notification, you're fine. You think, I'm a person who practices sila, and I'm not going to hurt anyone, right? When you think like that, when you determine on it, you are not going to invite unnecessary dangers to your life. And then by that way you develop calmness, and then you safeguard your calmness, and then sometimes you'll see beautiful things which belong to the other people. So there'll be opportunities that you can steal. Sometimes mind will might send you notifications to steal, but if you don't open them, no problem. So if you determine, I'm a person who practices sila, moral qualities, I'm not going to steal, then you are not going to invite unnecessary dangers and bad karmas. So then, sexual misconduct. So nowadays, that's a big problem in the whole world, because so many communications. So there'll be so many notifications for that too. If you think, I'm a person who practice, so I'm not going to commit adultery, I'm a person who practice morality, then you are not going to open those notifications, so you are safe. Your calmness is safe too. And then lying, right, like that. So all those kinds of preventions, not doing things. So they are seedless. So when you practice them, you help yourself to develop calmness within. Right, Miss Geeta? Yeah. Then that's the second one. The third one is inner taming, inner control, self-control, right? So that is the third one. First one, so physical purity. Number two, calmness, right? So number three, so control, self-control, right? So then fourth one is so that means it is also calmness, but we call it stillness. So that is the fourth one. So it is when this nature is developed, you can attain the enlightenment. So the stillness within. So you develop that one too. So you practice physical purity, right? And then so calmness, self-control, and stillness, inner stillness. You practice all these four. These are the four things that we develop when you practice Sila. So then when you practice Sila, you don't open your door for the negativities to come inside, so to overpower you and control, right? So you don't open the door. So let's say outside there is a strong gale, but if your doors are strong and if they are closed, no problem. But if you open the door, it will that strong gale will destroy everything at your house. So negativities are strong gales. Morality is a door. Make sure not to open that, so that your house will be safe, right? So and when you practice Dhammapada, Sila is one of the most important things. One day, one person came to the Buddha and asked a question with the poem, with the verse. He asked, Anto, again Pali language, 2,600 close years old. It goes like this. Anto jata bahi jata, jataya jatita paja. Right? Tantan gotama puchami, ko imang vijataye jata. A lot of jata. Not this jata. So here, jata means, so knots. Right? So there are two ancient meanings for jata, but we only nowadays all the people know about the jata. So in all kinds of languages, South Asian languages, we only have one jata now. The jata that we tie around the head. No, this is talking about. So those days it was also used for another meaning, that is the knots. That meaning is not used right now in modern language. So what it means is Anto jata bahi jata. There are knots inside, there are knots outside. Jataye jatita paja. All the beings, right? All the beings are tied with each other by these knots. What are the knots? Negativities. Tantang gotam pucham. Oh, the Buddha. Buddha's clan name is Gotam, right? So all of you have clan names. I'm not going to say all those names. So clan names. So last name. So Gotama is Buddha's last name when he was a prince. So, O Buddha, I ask you, Ko imang vijate jata, who will be able to untie all these knots? Then Buddha said. Then Buddha replied with another poem. Buddha is a good poet. So then Buddha said, Sile patittaya naro sapan, chittang panyancha bhavaya, atapi nipako bhikkhu, so imam vijataye jata. After establishing in Sila moral qualities. So, chittam panyancha bhave. If someone practice concentration and wisdom. Chittam panyancha bhave. Atapi nipako bhikkhu. So that person who works diligently. So diligently eradicating the negativities with the help of sila, morality, concentration, and wisdom. Right? So that person, so imang vijataye jatang, that person untie all the knots. Right? Beautiful, right? So little bit philosophical entertainment, right? So so that's very important. So then when we practice the Dhamma path, if you want to develop spiritually, then so moral qualities are very important. So it helps us to tame inside, and then it doesn't let us to run here and there just like a mad person, right? So it brings us into senses. So that's where concentration starts, right? So there are two kinds of silas. One is charita sila. Charita sila means the silas that you should practice. You have to do them. Second one is varita sila. Varita sila means the ones that you prevent, that you should not do. Not killing, not harming, not practicing sexual misconduct, not stealing, not lying. All those things are varita silas, prevention. Then what are, I couldn't teach you charita silas. Let me teach them fast and in brief, right? So number one, so you have to pay respect, show your respect to the ones that deserve respect. Parents deserve respect, monks and nuns deserve respect, and then so people with great qualities, they deserve respect. So such kind of people, right? They deserve, and elders deserve respect. So showing respect, that's a seed. It is something that you should do and practice. That's why it is called as charita sila. Charit, you will realize this one if we say charitra, right? You might have heard now the word charitra. So then taking care of parents, that is also a seal that you have to practice. And then taking care of patients, and whenever you hear something nice, good, wholesome, being able to happy in that. So when I say something good, so you say after teachings, you say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very nice. Just like that. Rejoicing in wholesome things. That's hard. Nowadays, even though someone does a good thing, there are so many people who make bad posts, and they see things in a different way, and you might have seen they post so many other stuff that so that that noble person even didn't think of doing, right? So this is a society like that. In such kind of society, it's hard to find someone who rejoices in good things. So you have to rejoice whenever someone said or did something good. And then appreciating others' good qualities. That is also sila to practice. At least you should say, how nice. Right? So at least by nodding, that's also an appreciation. Then being able to forgive for the other people's mistakes, including yourself. Right? And then not only that, being able to recorrect yourself. Right? That is also the same. And then so thinking about the helps that you got from the other people. Even though someone did something small, you should be able to remember. And whenever you can, you should repay. Right? That's also seed. And then, so when someone did something good, appreciating that. And so mentally, you will be a part of it. You trying to be a part of it, thinking, oh, sadhu, 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 what kind of a wonderful thing that person did, right? And then whenever there's an opportunity to do a good thing, not being lazy, right away you take that opportunity and do that good thing. And accepting when you are at fault and not doing that fault twice. So, and determining not to do it again, right? And then not helping for the wrongful action. When someone is doing wrong, you are not going to help because it's wrong and harmful for the others, not beneficial for the others. So you're not going to do that. Help it. And if you can, with loving kindness, helping them to not to do that. But for 3 times you will help, but after that, if that person doesn't listen, so you will give the punishment. What is that? Not talking about that again, right? No advices anymore. 3 times advices. After that, you punish. How you punish? Without talking about that. No, not giving advices again, right? Then, when someone is sorrowful and fearful, help in the consoling them. That is also sila. But these are silas to practice. Charita silas. And then when you giving with your maximum, right? And then when someone is in danger, helping them. And then after that, when someone practice sila, appreciating and encouraging them, right? And trying to help the other people to practice the right path, right? And then when someone practice saddha, that means confidence, and then sila, moral qualities, and so when someone gain, so read or write or so gain good education, right? And then if someone is generous, if someone practice meditation, so encouraging them and appreciating them, right? So these are and talking words that they can rejoice, right? So these are charita silas. And when you practice sila, moral qualities, so, and there is another important point. Even though how much you practice good qualities, don't try to boast about them in front of the other people. Be good to yourself, but you don't have to prove it to the other people, right? So directly or indirectly, right? You don't have to send snakes to the other people's houses. Do you understand? Sending snake means, so some person is there, he talks about a snake that came to that person's home. He'll describe. A snake came to my home, then it went through my $55,000 with so chair set, and then after that it went inside the bed, which was worth around $25,000, and then it went to after that it went to my the mirror, so which worth around $10,000, and then then the snake the snake keeps on going under all kinds of expensive things that you have at your house. So that's, so indirectly you boast yourself, right? And that's what sending the snakes means, right? So then so you should not boast about your good qualities. And then if you have at fault, accept humbly, with humbleness, and determine, I'm not going to it, right? When you practice sila, as consequences, you are bound to get 5 good results, 5 good consequences. Number 1, according to Buddha's word, mahantang bogakannang adigacchati. Such kind of people gain a lot of wealth, a lot of property in that very life. Property, right? And then number 2, so that person gain a great fame in the society. That person becomes famous. Number 3, when that person goes to a gathering, that person goes with the straight head. Head is not bent, right? Because that person knows he or she is faultless. So goes with the straight head, right? With valor. And then when that person dies with calmness, thinking, oh, I lived a nice life. I never did anything that could harm anyone. With that thought, that person passes away peaceful. After death, 5th one, after death, that person will be born in a comfortable way, right? So these are the 5 benefits that someone gains by practicing moral qualities, morality. So please practice sila. Right. Now everyone, please think together, all of us gathered here, and practice this noble non-sectarian technique of meditation. And all of us accumulated a lot of positive energy. Please think, by the power of all that positive energy, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. May we be able to practice this Dhamma path continuously with strong determination. And finally, eradicating all the negativities, developing all the positivities. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please concentrate. Abhivadana silisse nichang vaddapachayino chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vache ato nibbana sampatti iminati samijjato. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very peaceful and blessed. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Sukhi hotu. Good night to everyone. See you all in the next week. Be praised. Right. Good night, Mr. Huad.
Good night, Bhante. Thank you.
Good night, Miss Wen.
Thank you. Thank you.
May we have Miss Wen. May all the good happen to you. Good night. Thank you so much, Mr. Huad. Sukhi hotu.
My best to you anytime, Bhante.